Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at frenchiestamps.com in the US. Today it's a simple Northern Lights. I absolutely love how it is simple than other one that I did in the past. So these one here are done with, well, the stamp set, it's the Campology. And I use different color. So this one is green, Granny Apple Green, Bermuda Bay. No, sorry, Coastal Cabana. I can look the back. Pool Party, sorry, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, So Saffron, Granny Apple Green. So you see, you wouldn't think that those color was that after it's done. Well, and this one it's Coastal Cabana. This one it's Daffodil Delight. This one it is, and that's the one I will demo today. It is the excuse me, the stamp set Mountain Air. So let's get started. And this is part of the Technique Club, but you guys can come and pick and choose if you want to participate or not. I get all information below in my blog. Because it's a photopolymer, I am using the foam. You get the regular foam, or you can use the one that the grid. The reason why I'm putting this one, you're going to see why I'm putting a prediction sheet there. So I'm going to go ahead and put just a little bit of a seal there. And I'm putting that right as much as I can, align that at the top of that line and this line, in case if it get moved. You can see some get moved, so then I can come back and place it easy. No, I'm not using the, let me think, magnet, because I'm going to remove it from this when we're going to sponge. I'm stamping the mountain, and I should be specific about the mountain. The mountain, you get the side that it's more detail, and you get the side that it's full. I'm not using the back of this. This is the back. I call it the full, so you could put another color. I'm using the full, the detail side of it. Detail side of the mountain. Now we're gonna ink that very lovely, and I am using Memento black ink. We're gonna press this here. It doesn't matter if it's stamped good the first time or not. The reason why I say it doesn't matter, it is because that we're going to stamp again, okay? So now that we get that here, we're going to do the colors. You can play with many variation of color. Some of it I get more pink, some of it I get more like purple, more yellow, more green. If you look at picture of Northern Light, it's mini one, and some of it it's more the dancing, some of it it's more the line. Sponge the way that you would feel happy. So I'm going to start with Daffodil Delight. And you're going to say Daffodil Delight, it's lighter than, it's still enough, I think. This is the one. It's going to still be some yellow in this. So I'm just going to do a bit of lines. Oh, one thing that I didn't do on the other one I think would look good. I'm going to take Night of Navy and go just at the top here of the mountain, okay? Just to have a little bit more night sky there. So I'm just sponging a little bit because I want it more dark at close to the mountain and then lighter and darker. Okay, so now I'm going to come here with my daffodil, and I am just doing lines, and they're not straight. I'm dancing it a little bit here, and I'm going to put another one right here. Okay, I'm going to keep this open. Now I'm going to use Flirty Flamingo, a little bit of the pink in there. Oh, I had some purple in this too. Wait a minute here. Here we go. And I'm not worried about that. More color, that it's perfectly fine. Put a bit of pinkish, gonna get kind of reddish. And it's gonna look very funky first, okay? very funky, but it's very easy because the back it's done. Now I'm going to use some Bermuda Bay. And now I mix all my, I should have put my, here we go, I think that's right. And I tried daubers. I didn't like the way that I was doing it with daubers, so I like to use the edge of stamping sponge, and this is sponge that I cut in 4. I should be specific with that. Now I'm going to add some of the not Bermuda Bay, it's Coastal Cabana. Did I say Bermuda Bay? Coastal Cabana. Okay, it don't look bright at all here, but wait, when we put the colors around, that's going to change completely. I want a little bit more pink. Here we go. Okay, I'm going to leave that just the way it is. It looked like not much, right? You can use basic black, the memento, the black, or you can use Night of Navy. I like to combine a little bit of both. So I'm going to start with Night of Navy here. And now I know I'm going to be better if I sit down. I know I'm in the camera view. I'm using Night of Navy, and I'm going to pivot my paper here. It makes it easier. Hold this tight, start at the bottom, circle motion coming up. And I want to have the bottom darker, coming lighter, okay? So that I'm going to leave that light green like that, still come down. Some of you are going to ask me why I'm not using the blend brush. For this technique, I like the sponge better. Some stuff I like the blending brush better, but for this one, I find the sponge go faster for me. So you see, it's lighter there. That looked good to me. We're going to pivot this, go at the top here, and the sides. So the top going to be very dark, the side darker, and coming lighter in the center. So I'm starting always on my scrap paper here. Going to go all the way on the side, coming down around. Then I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. See, now it starts blending, right? First, you see the line and you're like, So now I got quite a bit of the blue, but I want that even darker. So I'm just going to blend that very gentle here. And I'm going to take my Memento Black ink, and I'm going to squeeze my sponge here. And we're going to do the same motion, aside. And then I'm just doing really the side of it. Now I know someplace I'm going to come back with the blue. I just want to darken around the sky really here. Here we go. Now it starts to. And then I'm going to go one more time with my Night of Navy, just to blend that it's not some, just drops of. Here we go. Okay, that's going to be done. Let me bring my Night of Navy again. And again, start on the scrap and just go softly. Okay, that looked pretty good. We get more dancing here, less there. That's about right for, it's no right and wrong, I think. Now for the mountain, to bring the mountain to life though, I'm using the chalk marker and I color where I wanted the snow. You don't have to be precise, okay? Because we're going to stamp this again. So even if you go on top of those lines, as long as you don't go outside of it, or even could have more snow peak, right? So I'm just bringing the mountain with the snow. I think that really make this card alive with the mountain and the snow. So like if you do the tree, the other one with the Campology, with the trees, then I didn't add snow. So I just stamped the tree and I put it on the long way instead of landscape. This year for the mountain, I feel it was better doing on the landscape side of it. It could be that your chalk gonna turn like funky color. If you get, when you sponge, if you get some color on your mountain, then just let the chalk dry and come back. And that is normal. If you get ink, it blend kind of the ink. So don't worry about it. Just let it dry and come back to add more chalk. And then you're going to have more white caps. Okay, that looked pretty good. Now we're going to bring this back to our, I want to say, the drawing board. And I'm just going to make sure that I won't ink that again right now. Just want to make sure that it's lined up pretty good. Okay, it didn't really move. Maybe just a smidge. Now I like to put a stamp case under so it's flat. It's easier to ink my stamp. And then we're going to stamp that 2-3 times. I really want to bring that to life, and the darker the mountain's going to be, it's going to bring the sky even more to life. Now let's see how it just fixed everything. It looked kind of funky, my snow first, but this here going to cover where you put the white that shouldn't have the white. So now we see the mountain and the snow peak very, very easy. You know what? Twice was good. One more thing that I done. So you see, I went, this here, I didn't just rip it. I went circle motion and pull it up because I had the glue in the back. I used my marker, the chalk marker, and I put my star in the sky. You can put as many as you want, as little as you want. I just put, I want to say a few, but that's more than a few, right? Boom. Now I'm using the stamp set woven heirloom for the Thinking of You. The other one, I did use, it was in the pine, and I just realized that was retired last Christmas. So that was the Thinking of You there. I'm still gonna showcase that. I was like, where's that stamp set? And I'm like, oh. Now I started inking Night of Navy. I want memento for the Thinking of You. And I tried with a strip with the mountain, and it was something not jiving good for me. So I'm stamping this directly, okay? So it's just kind of a shadow. You see your greeting, but really you want to pay attention to the mountain and the scenery. Voila. So now you see you still have the light with the green, and you didn't have to do nothing about that. I think that is cool. Now I'm gonna mount that on a basic black. And what I done, I mounted on the same color cardstock for the card base that I got at the top. So that really was to remind me what I use, but you could use any color, really. I mean, see, so then I'm gonna put that there. So now these are the same one, in the same tone, but you see this one I didn't put star. These are in the same tone. This one I did Pure Pizzazz though, and this one was Granny Apple. I think the brighter the color was, the better. And this one I had try on Daffodil, and this one it's on Coastal. So now you have it. So you get vertical or horizontal, landscape, and vertical. Tall and short, I say me, but it's not the right word. So again, all the supplies will be listed on my blog, and more detail for the club to get the download and so on. It's right on my blog. Right below you get the direct link. Just come and visit me, and all in the US can shop 24/7. Thank you so much for watching. Till next time, happy stamping, my friend.